Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Today is January 13th, 2026. We've had some really good trainings lately. The feedback from many of you has been very positive, and you can access our past trainings up on our YouTube channel. With that being said, our screen should be shared here. We should be looking at the 509pacific.org website. 509 Pacific is our 501c3 nonprofit we've applied for and received actually a couple different grants that allows us to help improve financial literacy, provide free shelf corps, and thirdly, to provide access to capital. So I'm going to go through briefly these resources and what's on the website. Any questions, comments, concerns that any of you have, that's our primary purpose. So feel free to ask those. So it all comes down to solving problems, right? Most good companies, good organizations in our society solve people's problems. So I'm going to make sure that we're clear on the different problems that we solve with the different resources. So at the top of 509 Pacific is QuickCash. QuickCash fits directly into what we discussed yesterday regarding debt buying. And if you saw that training, we talked about how companies like Encore Capital out of California, billion-dollar companies, are in the business of buying debt and collecting debt, paying pennies on the dollar and making some crazy profits. They're traded on the NASDAQ exchange. We've broken that down into a real small increments, $20,000 increments, so we can provide collateral for individuals' balance sheets and then turn around and liquidate this AR and turn it into cash in their bank account. So Quick Cash is here. There's a training to teach more and the packet. If you have any questions about Quick Cash, let us know. But the important things to understand is it's not a loan. It doesn't have to be paid back. It's not restricted. The funds can be used however you'd like. The second resource that we have here on 509 Pacific is providing free Shelf Corps. Now, the Shelf Corp is free. It is coming with collateral again. So you'll see a very consistent theme in what we do with providing collateral, providing real legitimate assets for clients to have on their balance sheet. The reason is so many people want funding. They want funding to start a business. They want money to grow a business. But most of those people, A, they don't know what you and I know, and B, they don't have the necessary resources, the ingredients, the credibility factors. Collateral is a big deal for larger business loans. So that's why we provide collateral as a standalone. We also have packaged it up with a free Shelf Corp. So again, they're getting the collateral to go on their balance sheet. We can liquidate that and turn that into cash, but also they're getting that entity that's needed if they don't have it already. But certainly we need a well set up entity if our goal is to get business funding. If the grant participant slash client already has that, great. They don't need this resource. But the problem that we're solving here is there's a lot of people, they want funding, they need funding, but they don't even have that foundational element of having a business entity in good standing. They don't have the business plan that will get them approved. They don't have the financial projections necessary to get approved. And in many cases, they don't even have a legitimate, unique commercial address. So all that's packaged up here. With the grant subsidy, it's less than $500. And again, they're not paying for the Shelf Corp. The Shelf Corp's thrown in for free. But again, they're getting collateral for pennies on the dollar. They're getting the Shelf Corp. And we also launched last week a new variation of this for individuals that do not have a social security number. We've learned that we needed to treat those individuals differently, not better or worse, but differently. And so we launched the IEP, which is great for entrepreneurs that do not have a social security number. There's training here. So this is the second of the three grant resources on 509 Pacific. Here we're solving problems when people need collateral and or liquidity. Here we're solving problems when people need a fundable business entity to pursue funding for. The third and final resource that we have, which is our main go-to-market offering, is offering a free funding proposal as stated. So if you agree with our understanding that many small business owners, current or prospective, they need money, they want money, but they don't necessarily either qualify or don't know how to get it, the free funding proposal solves that problem. It's set up where everyone gets approved, so everyone gets at least one offer. Now, the size of the offers, the nature of the offers will vary, but that's why we run it through. So everyone will get approved for at least one offer. There's absolutely no upfront cost, so that's different. There is an upfront cost for the QuickCash. There is an upfront cost for the free Shelf Corp because they're getting collateral with it. Anytime that we're providing collateral, normally there has to be a financial transaction involved to be able to show the lender that there was a legitimate transfer of ownership of those assets. In the legal world, that's called consideration. So there is an out-of-pocket cost for the first two resources. There is no out-of-pocket cost for the third. So you could infer properly, a lot of people will come to us first with the free funding proposal, go raise some capital, and then at that point, if they need more collateral, they can get that through QuickCash because now they have the money. Or if they need the Shelf Corp, they can get that for free with, again, other collateral. So the free funding proposal, everyone gets approved, no minimum credit score, no upfront costs, as we stated. We're not going to jack up their credit. There's no hard inquiries to be able to get offers. They can have a business or not have a business. If they do have a business, it doesn't have to be open a certain amount of time. The amount that will come through this, what we call first tranche offers, will vary considerably. When you have a strong file, they could certainly come away with 100, 200, 300,000 or more in offers. Some people don't have as strong of a file. Everyone will get at least one offer. But the bottom line is we don't know what their offers will be until we run it. And then they can pick the offers they want. They can turn down those that they don't. So they're not signing some sort of power of attorney where they're worried about, oh shit, I'm going to get some financing that doesn't work for me or that's too expensive. We'll get them the offers that the lenders approve them for or pre-authorize, pre-approve them for, and they can pick from there. One of the really important resources is I think you're going to run in, speaking to those of you that are affiliates, current or prospective, it's not uncommon to run into people that have personal credit issues because what often will happen is entrepreneurs don't get everything set up properly. So often they don't have business funding. So they start using personal money and personal credit, and that can end up in damaged personal credit. So we know that, we see that, and we actually address that. So any individuals, any participants in the free funding proposal campaign, if their personal credit is less than ideal, then we can assist them for free in improving it. Lastly, there are a few other resources here at the bottom of the page you probably should be aware of. If, a lot of times people say, well, I need to see success stories. Okay, great. Here's a training with success stories. Others say, well, no, I need to better understand what my interest rate would be. What will these loans look like? Great. We've got a training on it. Others say, well, I need to know what type of lenders we're going to be working with. And the truth is, we can work with any type of lender, but we covered that in this third training. This link here is actually the same as this one, just to get a free funding proposal. Now, on the affiliate program, we're solving a different problem. We work often with individuals that want to earn money by helping other people. And that's true, right? Doctors get paid to help people. Accountants get paid to help people. School teachers get paid to teach students. So it's okay to get paid to help people. And if you want to do that, we have an affiliate program. There's nothing you have to buy. There's no cost. It's great. We pay out 5% of the capital raised from each referred client. 5% may not sound like much, but actually it's a pretty big deal. We're doing a minimum guarantee of 100,000 of funding. That's in writing, contractually guaranteed. So at the minimum, anyone you refer in for a free funding proposal is going to get at least 100,000, which would mean you would get at least 5,000. But many of our clients, grant participants, are going after much larger amounts, which means they get more and you get paid more, but it's 5% regardless. We also have the Opportunity Fund. The Opportunity Fund is a resource that kind of rounds out everything else we do. So, what do we know about the formula for funding? What does it take to have a fundable business? Well, first, we need to have an entity that's set up properly. And if they don't have that, that's what we provide here in the middle of the page. So they get the entity, the commercial address, the business plan, the financial projections. But is that enough to get large business loans? No, it's not, but it's a necessary prerequisite. Then we get into what's called the three C's. Most lenders, traditional lenders, will look at the applicant's collateral, capacity, and credit. So the reason that we can legally and ethically make these guarantees, which normally can't be made, is we literally help every grant participant, as much as they want and need, with their three C's. So if they don't have enough collateral, we provide them collateral. We've talked about that already. If they don't have a strong enough credit profile, we help them with that. Now, primarily, we're focused on business credit. So we're actually building out their Dun& and Bradstreet profile, getting them a good Paydex score, adding trade lines. One of our clients just recently got a $177,000 trade line. That's incredible, right? When you add trade lines, that creates a stronger business credit profile, but the larger the trade line, the more impact. So credit is the second C, and again, if they have personal credit issues, we can help them with that for free as well. That takes us to the third and final C, which is capacity. The capacity, also referred to as cash flow, is where we're illustrating to the lender that the borrower can afford to pay back the loan. We can accomplish that in two ways, one of which is with financial projections, where we say, okay, loan us the money. This is how we're going to use it. This is what we expect the result of that use to be. Here's how much money we expect to bring in each month per month for the next 36 months. Therefore, yes, we can afford to pay back the loan. So the projections is one element of capacity, the third C. The other is actually putting deposits into the client's bank account. And that's what we call the Opportunity Fund. And there's information about that here. And then lastly, this is access to our daily live Zooms that we're recording at this moment. So with that being said, let's open it up. So that was what, a 13-minute overview, hopefully helpful, maybe redundant, but we have 634 of you on this morning. So the most important thing we can do over the next few minutes is answer your questions. Now, if it's specifically about your file or you're an affiliate about your client's file, this is not the place to address that, of course. But if you have questions about the programming, the grant, the model, how to participate. Some of you are new affiliates. We're growing our affiliate team. If you have questions about the role of the affiliate, how do you get your landing page? How do you get paid? We're here. So it's open mic night. So who has questions, comments, concerns? All right, Bill's got a question regarding being an affiliate about his landing page. So yes, sir. Anyone that comes in and fills out, we'll actually click on it. There's a link here, and it's going to bring up the affiliate terms and conditions. no cost, so we're not charging anything now or never, no purchases necessary, no strings attached, and it does pay out 5%, which if we scroll all the way to the bottom, on the affiliate commissions, it states that we pay out 50%. We charge the client 10%, thus you're getting 5%. So you fill out the affiliate terms and conditions, Bill or anyone else, and then in short order, we'll send you an email that's your onboarding email. And then also, Madison from our office will typically call you within 24 hours, one business day, and make sure you received it. In the onboarding email, Bill, and anyone else that has this question, you will receive a temporary landing page. That landing page is going to look pretty much like fundingproposal.org. So if you're an affiliate, it's really simple. All you're doing is asking people, would you like to get a free funding proposal? And again, you could highlight if you wanted these major points we've talked about here. But to keep it really simple, really all you would need to share with them is what's here on the screen, on the landing page. Do you need funding to start or grow a business? Request a free funding proposal to see what you qualify for simply by completing the form below. No minimum credit scores, no upfront cost, no hard inquiries, no minimum time in business. Pick the offers you want, decline those that you don't. And so then you would ideally encourage your prospect to put in their first name, last name, mobile number, and email. Now, when you're using that temporary landing page, it's crucial that you put in your name because we won't know your who referred if you don't put that in. Once you've submitted your first deal, you have your first commission coming to you, then we're going to send you a W-9. We're going to send you a direct deposit form so we know where to send the commissions. And at that time, then our team will go ahead and develop a unique link. It'll look just like this, but then it'll be hard coded to you. So this wouldn't be required. So you get a temporary landing page, Bill, right away. And then once you've done your first deal, earned your first commission check, we know you're serious. And then we'll put the time and effort in to getting your own landing page. All right, Christy has a follow-up question to that, and it seems like it's what happens after the prospect fills this out. So when your prospect fills this out, first of all, this screen will instantly change. And on their screen, whether it be on their phone or iPad or computer, they're going to instantly have the free funding proposal application immediately. So once they've completed this, hit the bar, bam, they're ready to fill it out. But we know that not everybody will. So what will happen then is the system will send them a text and ask them if they want to opt in, as long as they type yes, Y-E-S, respond in that text. Then we'll put them on our drip campaign and we'll continue to educate them and motivate them and provide them additional later opportunities to complete the app. But frankly, if you're good at being an affiliate, you want to encourage people that as soon as they filled this out and the screen flips over to the app, have them do it right then. Why do we want to have to chase them down later? And as long as they understand the value proposition, if the answer to this question is yes, yes, I'm looking for funding, and they understand the proposition, I don't know why anyone wouldn't fill it out. So let me pivot to that question. Of those of you that are on our live Zoom today, if you are a current affiliate and you've asked this question, so this is the only pre-qualifying question. Do you need money to start or grow a business? If they respond yes, why have you not been able to get every one of them to fill this out? What is an obstacle, an objection that Gilbert you've had, or Harry, or Anthony, or Amanda, or Mr. Stockton? If you communicate this proposition as stated, what experience have you had where someone doesn't take the next step? Because all they're doing is saying, yes, I want to get offers. And there's no hard inquiries, there's no upfront cost. They pick the offers they want. So Again, I think what happens is sometimes some of you, and I say this respectfully, you just get too talkative. If you keep the messaging simple and encourage them, and even if you can be with them in person or on the phone with them, get them the link and stay on with them while they're filling out the steps. I think 9 out of 10, close to 10 out of 10 people will do it. If you take a real passive approach where all you're doing is just sending out your link, they haven't talked to you, they don't know you, they don't trust you. Some people will do it, but not near as many. All right, so great questions there. Who else has any questions regarding the solutions to the problems that we have and how grant participants can benefit and or how you as an affiliate can benefit? All right, Willie's asking about time frame for funding. So that's fair. So let's go back down here to the free funding proposal. So normally, and there can always be exceptions, but normally within 24 hours, Willie or anyone else, of us getting a funding proposal, we'll get that processed and we'll send the participant, the grant participant, the offers that they've been extended. A lot of people get multiple offers. Everyone gets at least one offer. So it'll be emailed to them. And then one of our funding attorneys will then pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, great, Joe or Susie or Larry or Macy. Thanks for requesting a free funding proposal. We see that you've received one offer or multiple offers. The funding attorney will go through that with them and help them accept the offers that they want. As far as how long does each lender take to fund, it depends on the lender. And of course, if the lender needs any additional information from the client, how long it takes for the client to provide. But we're calling this the first tranche, the first round of funding, and it normally should fund within a week, could be sooner. Once they've received their first tranche, then we start working with them, building out their loan package and getting them ready for the larger capital raise. Some people see this and they're deterred. We're just talking about the first tranche, the first round that's usually within a week can be up to $250,000. Once they have that first tranche and now we're working with them on their loan package, we can go after millions and millions of dollars because now we're legally and ethically building out their loan package to support the capital raise that they want. Some people will ask us, well, how much can I get? That's the wrong question. How much do you want? We commonly refer to this kind of jokingly as blank check financing. The participant tells us what they want, and then it's our job to build out the paperwork, the loan package to support it. So we can go after immensely large amounts if that's what they want, but we have a system, a process where we find out from the client how much funding do they want, what are they going to use the money for, which is called uses of funds, and then we build out the package for that. All right, who else has any questions, comments, concerns? The go-to resource is 509 Pacific up until the point that you've become an affiliate. If you've become an affiliate, you're really not going to drive people here. You're going to drive people to your landing page. How do you get your landing page? You become an affiliate, as we said. You're going to get an email and a follow-up call, but the email is going to provide you a link to your temporary landing page that looks like this. And it's pretty simple. So we have some affiliates that do this on a very part-time basis. Some, this is all they do. When you're making a minimum, should be making a minimum of 5,000 per submission. I mean, you could work an hour, 2 hours a day and probably make more than 99% of the US population. Affiliate programs are legal, ethical, proven. It's just you need to work with an affiliate program that has a large enough payout, which ours certainly does, and secondly, that has a broad enough market audience. And so in this case, we're able to help anyone that's looking for money to start or grow a business. What if they're not US based? What if they don't have a social security number? That's what I mentioned earlier. We have the IEP variation, really the same program, just a little bit of a different approach. Anyone have any questions, comments or concerns? Rod says he doesn't have his landing page. Well, Rod, let's look that up. So Rod says he doesn't have his landing page. So I'm going to pull up your file, Rod, and we're going to take a look at it right now. So if I put you into our affiliate system and I look you up, then I can tell you that, Rod, you enrolled as an affiliate December 5th, 2025. You were processed at 6:07 a.m. Central, and we sent you on December 5th at 6:07 your email, which your onboarding email. You received the email, you opened the email, and you clicked on the email. And in that email, you had your landing page. So, Rod, I don't mean any disrespect, but you're wrong. The system worked for you as it normally does. You have your landing page. The only thing, Rod, that's keeping you from making money is submitting deals on your landing page. If you need us to resend your landing page, let us know. Our office phone number is right here. It's answered live. Now, some people are interesting. The phones are answered live, but if all the staff are on the phone at the time, then it could go to voicemail. I'd recommend leaving a voicemail. Some people are adverse to leaving a voicemail. Well, if you don't leave a voicemail, we don't call you back because we don't know what you want or maybe even know who you are. So, yeah, if you need help, call in. But yes, Rod, you and everyone else should definitely have your landing page. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Appreciate your time. Have a great day. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Let us know if there's anything we can do to help solve any problems you have with our solutions. Thanks. Bye bye.